MAVAKAGA.
Okay, so have you seen this crazy video? It's been making the rounds online.
I think so. Is it the one from Taiwan?
Yeah, with the student in the train.
Oh my gosh, yes. That was wild.
Right. I mean, just watching it made my heart skip a beat. It's Friday afternoon rush hour at Xinwuri Station.
Oh yeah, I remember that detail.
Just a normal day, right?
Yeah.
People heading home, everything's bustling. And there's this high school student, Kai.
I think I saw his name in the article, yeah.
Yeah, Kai. He's walking along the platform, totally glued to his phone, not paying attention at all.
Ah, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. And in this case, disaster almost struck.
Because he fell onto the tracks?
Yes, he just walks right off the edge of the platform.
With the train coming.
Oh yeah, and not just any train, a speeding commuter train.
Yikes.
The video's intense. You see the station staff sprinting toward him. People on the platform are freaking out.
That must have been terrifying for everyone.
It was. And you can hear the train's horn blaring as the driver slams on the brakes. Talk about a close call.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? About how easily things can go wrong.
It does. It's honestly hard to watch knowing how close Kai came to being hit.
I can't even imagine.
But here's the crazy part. He walked away with just minor scrapes on his elbow.
You're kidding?
Nope. Just some abrasions on his left elbow. That's it.
Right. That's incredible. I mean, talk about lucky.
He was incredibly lucky. So many things had to go right for him to survive that.
Right. Like, what if the station staff hadn't reacted so quickly?
Or if the train driver hadn't been paying attention.
Or if the platform had been more crowded.
Exactly. It's a miracle he wasn't seriously hurt.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder about our relationship with technology these days.
It definitely does. We're so connected to our devices that sometimes we forget to be connected to the real world.
And that can be dangerous. I mean, this incident is a perfect example of what can happen when we're not paying attention to our surroundings.
It's like we're living in this attention economy where everyone's fighting for our focus.
It's true. You're constantly bombarded with notifications and updates.
And let's be honest, smartphones are designed to be addictive.
How so?
Well, think about it. Every time you get on social media or a new message, it triggers a little dopamine hit in your brain.
Dopamine, like the pleasure chemical.
Exactly. And that keeps us coming back for more.
Wow. So it's not just a matter of self-control then.
It's definitely more complicated than that. Our brains are wired to crave those little rewards.
So how do we break free from that?
It's tough. But I think the first step is awareness. We need to recognize how these technologies are affecting us.
Right. Being mindful of our tech habits.
Exactly. And maybe setting some boundaries for ourselves, like designating certain times of the day as phone-free.
Or using apps that track your screen time.
That's a good idea, too. The more we understand our own behavior, the better equipped we'll be to make changes.
It's funny, after watching that video, I've been making a conscious effort to put my phone away more often.
Me too. Like when I'm walking down the street or having dinner with friends.
It's amazing how much you notice when you're not staring at a screen all the time.
Right. You actually start to appreciate your surroundings.
It's a good reminder that there's more to life than what's happening on our phones.
Couldn't agree more.
But let's go back to that video for a second. I was struck by how quickly people rushed to help Kai.
Oh, yeah, totally. I noticed that, too. It was heartwarming to see that amidst all the chaos, people still cared enough to help.
It shows that we haven't lost our humanity, even in this tech-obsessed world.
Definitely. And think about the train driver. That had to be a traumatic experience for them.
It's true. I can't even imagine the emotional toll of witnessing something like that.
The guilt, the second guessing. It's a heavy burden to carry.
And it's not just the driver who is affected. Think about the passengers on the train, the people who witnessed it on the platform.
Even the emergency responders who had to deal with the aftermath.
Everyone involved was impacted in some way.
And it reminds us that our actions have consequences even when we're not aware of them.
So how do we find that balance between the benefits of technology and the need to stay present in the real world?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I think it starts with small steps, like setting those boundaries we talked about.
And being more mindful of our tech habits.
Right. And remembering that technology is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
It's up to us to decide how we want to use it.
Exactly. We have the power to control our technology, not the other way around.
It's definitely something to think about. You know, watching that video, it makes me wonder how many similar incidents happen every day.
Oh, I'm sure there are countless near misses.
But they don't all get caught on camera and go viral.
True. So how many times do we narrowly avoid disaster without even realizing it?
It's a sobering thought. It really makes you appreciate the importance of staying present and aware of your surroundings.
Couldn't agree more. We need to be careful out there, folks.
Absolutely. And maybe put the phones down once in a while.
Here, here.
Now, that's something I think we can all agree on.
Definitely.
MAVAKAGA.